Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And as y'all know, the Lakers had a big game last night against the Los Angeles Clippers, and for me personally, it was the number one game I was looking forward to this entire season. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, they had some other good games. They had Brooklyn versus Zion, all these guys. I wanted to see the Clippers versus the Lakers, and it's always entertaining. And if any of you watched the game last night, I think all of you would agree that it was a very entertaining game. Even Reggie Miller, I think Candace Parker, everybody was having a good time. It's just always a lot of fun when you watch when you watch those two teams play. However, for all of the things that transpired on the court yesterday with the Lakers, when we're looking at the things that didn't go their way, there was one point, a major point rather, of disappointment for the Lakers, and that person was Anthony Davis. I'm not talking about the fact that AD fell on his back, came back into the... That is not what I'm talking about. For whatever reason, Anthony Davis seems to refuse, right? He seems to refuse to want to take the bull by the horn. Now, if you look at his numbers last night, he finished the game with 25 points, 8 rebounds, 0 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, or whatever it is. If you have moderate expectations of Anthony Davis, you'd be like, those are good numbers. But if you have high expectations of Anthony Davis, you will know that that's just not good enough. And what I see is, all too often, LeBron seems to be the man that is leading the charge. A 37, 38-year-old player is the one that's leading, I believe, a guy that's 29, 30, maximum 31 years old, right? And it got to the point where even Kenny Smith from the NBA on TNT crew took notice of it, and he decided that he wanted to comment on it. So for those of you who didn't hear what Kenny Smith had to say about Anthony Davis and Charles Barkley and these guys, what we want to do is we want to play it for you right now, and then we're going to come back and react to this thing. So take a listen to what they had to say here.
The contribution that he made tonight, I don't even know what it was, but Kawhi Leonard had the most poignant interview, the best one I've probably seen him actually do. And when he said, I have to be a star in moments. I'm not trying to be a star all game. He's going to take over games in moments, in the big moments. He's going to do it. And I think the Lakers don't allow AD for some reason, or he doesn't allow himself, or whatever it might be. Big moments, the ball doesn't go through him. It always finds itself in Russell's hands, or LeBron's hands, or someone else. LeBron is the greatest player of our generation that we've seen in this generation. However, at this stage of his career, the ball has to go through Anthony Davis. And they're reluctant to do that.
But
at the same time,
if the ball does go through Anthony Davis and he gets double and triple teamed, they're going to need a knockdown shooter. They do not have that.
Or you could cut to the rim and get a layup.
First of all, both of you guys are right, but to me, I got to challenge LeBron.
To do what?
He's got to come after AD. If we're expecting
you need to bubble AD.
Yes, we got yo, man, I am too old to carry this team. You should be the man. Like when the transition from Kareem to Magic. Like LeBron at this stage, he's the greatest of this generation, one of the best ever. But at his age, we should not be asking a 38-year-old guy to be the best player on your team. In no sport should a guy that age, especially when you have Anthony Davis. When I said 5 or 6 years ago, I said, Anthony Davis, I think he's going to be the best basketball player in the world. I said that on one of our shows way back when he was still in New Orleans. He's not even mentioned anymore. When we talk about, we showed 5 guys the other night for MVP. And Kenny, you said, well, what about Jason Tatum? And we're like, well, yeah, Jason Tatum should probably be on it. Now, after last night, we're like, I saw Zion went from 70-1 to 15-1. We don't even talk about Anthony Davis like that anymore. At some point, LeBron, it doesn't matter what you do privately. I think sometimes if you're the leader, you have to challenge players on your team. And I would love to see LeBron say, hey, man, I'm getting ready I'm past my prime. I'm still gonna play good basketball, but as part of being the man, you have to have that responsibility. That's what goes with it.
Now, let me say this. I did notice that the Lakers were trying to make a concerted effort to run their offense through Anthony Davis. I saw that. If you watch the game, you would see that. But in all of that, you could simply tell that LeBron James was the one leading the charge, man. He was the most energetic. Him, this other guy, I forgot his name. Let me see if I can pull up his name here. His name is, I believe, Lonnie Walker the fourth, right? He was out there. He was playing with a lot of energy. Obviously, Austin Reeves. Those were the three guys. It was LeBron, Lonnie Walker, and Austin Reeves. Those guys had the most energy if you watch the game. AD was just too cool for school, man. Just looking at Anthony Davis, he was all about, I look cool. I got my headband. I'm tall. I'm AD. I got my hair. I'm AD, man. I'm on the court with LeBron. I'm a big boy. That's the impression I got of Anthony Davis. I didn't see that urgency that I saw from those other guys. And I said this, for those of you that have been subscribers to this channel for some years now, I said this years ago. I'm talking about 2 to 3 years ago. I said, as a Kobe Bryant fan that supported the Lakers for well over a decade, I know exactly the caliber of player that the Lakers would need as a cornerstone to lead that franchise into the future. And I always said I do not believe that Anthony Davis would be the person to do just that. And that is exactly what we are seeing. I said this, the videos are out there. People were just busy looking at his stats, and no one was looking at his intangibles, his motor, or his mental approach. No one. So to me, none of this, and let me just say this, none of this is a surprise to me. I'm beginning to believe, the more we cover this sport, that the number one thing that separates the best, like I'm talking about the best of the best, is their mental approach. I'm beginning to believe this. Anthony Davis is not on the same. He's not on the same mental wavelength as the top dogs or Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's simply not. If Anthony Davis had the mentality of Giannis Antetokounmpo, we would be here making an argument. Minus the injuries, is Anthony Davis the best player in the Western Conference? He has all of the intangible. He has the skills. He has this everything. He has all the gifts. What he doesn't have is the mental approach of Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is the major difference between these two guys, is their mental approach. Giannis wants to destroy you every single time. He wants to dunk on your whole team, your entire state, your alma mater, he wants to just embarrass you guys. AD, I just get the impression, man, that he's just too cool for school, man. There's some cats that are just too cool to give a damn. That's the impression I get from him. And I always knew that something was off when I saw how eager he was to play with LeBron. Top dogs ain't running to go play with you. You got to come play with me. When Kawhi Leonard had a chance to go join the Lakers, he's like, nah, man, I ain't trying to join LeBron. I'm trying to compete against this guy. I don't want to play with him. Not that he's any disrespect. Nah, I want to compete against him. But AD just be looking so happy up there, man, with LeBron. And it's like, I'm up here. I'm with LeBron James. I'm LeBron. I'm with the guy. I'm looking cool. That's all I get from AD, man. He doesn't have that mentality. And that's something you just got to have it. So to me, none of this really surprises me. Giannis is trying to rip the rim off. AD's trying to look cool shooting mid-range jumpers. That's the fundamental difference. I can't even believe that they're trying to coax this guy to play the center position. Literally, that's what they're trying to do. So I totally agree with everything that they said. And what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about what they said and what I had to say? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And we catch you guys on the next one. Peace.